She missed her biggest exam, risking everything, but could one unexpected act of bravery really change her life forever? Maya Johnson had been running across campus, her backpack bouncing against her shoulders. As she realized she was about to miss her crucial exam, but her mind was elsewhere because she had just received a frantic call from Eleanor Whitmore, the wife of one of the city's most powerful billionaires, pleading for help after a sudden emergency at her mansion. Maya's heart pounded with fear and responsibility because she knew that time was precious and every second counted. She reached the campus parking lot and jumped into her old, slightly dented car, praying the engine wouldn't fail her as she navigated through the crowded streets. And she could feel the stares of other drivers, some curious, some judgmental, whispering assumptions because she was a black girl driving alone in her beat-up car. The city lights reflected off her windshield as she drove faster than she ever dared, the thought of letting someone down weighing heavily on her. Meanwhile, Eleanor Whitmore was pacing anxiously in her luxurious mansion, her phone clenched tightly, every second a nightmare, unable to understand why no one seemed available to help her in the crisis. Maya's determination was unshakable despite the subtle racism she could feel in the glances and judgments of people she passed, people who underestimated her because of her skin color, her age, and her quiet demeanor. She maneuvered through traffic with precision that belied her young age and experience, her mind racing with the urgency of the situation and the life-or-death stakes she didn't fully yet know. As she approached the mansion's gates, a security guard stopped her abruptly, his tone dripping with suspicion, and Maya calmly explained the situation, asserting her purpose and proving her competence even as he hesitated, visibly surprised by her calm and direct confidence. She was determined to act, to save the moment, and prove that her worth was not defined by stereotypes or assumptions, every step forward a statement against prejudice, and every heartbeat a declaration of courage. Finally, as the gates opened and she entered the sprawling driveway, Maya realized the true scale of the emergency, the helicopter already on its way, the mansion in disarray, and she braced herself for the challenge, knowing that her choices in the next few moments could make all the difference. Maya walked to the main door, the weight of the world in her hands, and she took a deep breath before ringing the bell, fully aware that every second mattered, and the eyes of the privileged, the judgmental, and the indifferent were upon her. She reminded herself quietly that strength, courage, and intelligence were her true allies, and no one's bias could diminish her ability to act. The door opened, Elena's eyes widening in relief, and Maya felt a surge of resolve to handle whatever came next, her focus unwavering, her purpose clear, knowing that she was more than what society assumed, more than what anyone dared to judge. If you admire Maya's courage, type respect in the comments and subscribe for Chapter 2. Maya Johnson stepped into the grand foyer, the marble floors gleaming under the bright chandelier lights, and immediately noticed the tension in Eleanor Whitmore's posture, the way her hands trembled slightly as she guided Maya toward the main study, where a medical emergency was unfolding. Elena's usual composed demeanor was gone, replaced with panic and urgency, and Maya could feel the weight of responsibility settle heavily on her young shoulders as she processed the chaos around her. The mansion staff were frozen, unsure of what to do, some whispering assumptions about Maya's abilities because of her age and race, yet she moved confidently, her mind sharp, analyzing the situation, noticing every detail the others overlooked. Elena explained in a rushed tone that her husband had been injured during a minor accident in the garage, that he was conscious but experiencing alarming symptoms, and that the usual medical help was delayed due to a sudden storm. Maya quickly assessed the room, the scattered medical kits, the anxious staff, and the tension in Elena's eyes, realizing she would need to act immediately. She instructed the staff calmly, her voice steady, directing them to prepare cold compresses, monitor vital signs, and maintain a clear path for paramedics, all while ignoring the subtle skepticism in the room. Elena followed closely, occasionally asking frantic questions, and Maya responded with concise, knowledgeable guidance, demonstrating competence that made the staff pause, their assumptions challenged by her calm authority. Outside, the sky darkened, the storm intensifying, adding pressure to the already tense situation. Yet Maya remained composed, using her knowledge and intuition to stabilize Elena's husband until professional help arrived. Every second felt like an eternity, yet she handled it with poise, showing courage and intelligence that contradicted every biased expectation anyone in the room had formed about her. When the ambulance finally arrived, the staff moved efficiently under Maya's direction, Elena's gratitude shining through tears as she held Maya's hands and whispered thanks, recognizing the extraordinary courage and skill this young woman had displayed. In that moment, Maya's actions had transcended judgment, racism, and assumptions, proving that determination and knowledge could overcome prejudice and fear. Leave a comment to give respect to Maya's quick thinking, and don't forget to subscribe for next chapter. The storm outside raged harder, rain lashing against the mansion windows, but inside Maya Johnson moved with unwavering focus, her mind calculating every step as Eleanor Whitmore anxiously hovered nearby, wringing her hands and muttering under her breath about what could go wrong. Maya's eyes scanned the living room turned makeshift emergency space, noticing small details that others had overlooked. The slightly skewed blood pressure cuff, the insufficient lighting over the patient, the scattered medical charts, and she immediately corrected them, instructing the staff with calm authority, proving that age, background, or skin color had nothing to do with skill. Elena tried to assist, but froze at every movement, and Maya guided her gently, keeping her involved yet safe, showing patience and empathy while maintaining control over the escalating situation. Meanwhile, some of the mansion staff, previously skeptical and judgmental of Maya, began whispering among themselves, their doubts challenged by the young woman's expertise and composure, unable to deny her intelligence and courage under pressure. Outside, the thunder cracked loudly, and the mansion's power flickered, plunging parts of the house into semi-darkness. But Maya adapted seamlessly, instructing them to use portable lights and maintain oxygen flow, improvising with calm precision that left everyone in awe. Elena's panic slowly shifted to trust as she witnessed Maya's determination and sharp thinking, realizing that this young student, often underestimated because of her race and youth, had handled the crisis with more professionalism than many experienced staff could muster. As the paramedics finally arrived, Maya briefed them concisely, highlighting the critical details, and watched as her instructions were followed perfectly, stabilizing Elena's husband before he was transporting safely to the hospital. Elena, tears in her eyes, hugged Maya tightly, praising her bravery, intelligence, and composure, while the staff who had doubted her silently acknowledged their earlier prejudice. That night, Maya's actions proved that courage, skill, and determination could break through assumptions, bias, and fear, inspiring everyone who witnessed her extraordinary presence. As the ambulance drove away into the rain-slicked night, Maya Johnson stood on the mansion driveway, soaked but composed, her heart still racing from the adrenaline, while Eleanor Whitmore clung to her side, overwhelmed by gratitude and awe at the young woman's bravery and skill, realizing fully that without Maya's quick thinking, the night could have ended in disaster. Inside the mansion, the staff who had doubted her earlier now watched silently, shame and respect mixing in their expressions, realizing their prejudice had blinded them to true talent and determination, and even Elena's personal assistant whispered a quiet apology, unable to deny the truth. Maya calmly gathered the medical supplies and charts, double-checking everything before handing them over to the paramedics, her efficiency and attention to detail leaving no room for error, and in every movement, she radiated quiet authority, proving that competence and intelligence were far more powerful than bias or assumption. Elena, still trembling, held Maya's hands and promised that her courage and quick thinking would never be forgotten, and she arranged immediately for a scholarship fund in Maya's honor, ensuring that her talent and dedication would inspire other young people who were often overlooked or underestimated because of their race or background. The media soon caught wind of the story, and while many focused on the billionaire's family, A few sharp reporters highlighted Maya's heroism, sparking conversations about underappreciated talent, systemic bias, and the power of determination, creating waves of respect for a young woman who had acted with integrity and skill in the face of chaos. That night, Maya returned home, exhausted but fulfilled, her mind replaying the events and the lessons learned. That courage was not defined by age, appearance, or social status, that respect must be earned through action, and that true strength lies in remaining composed under pressure. Elena called later, tears in her voice, thanking Maya once more and promising lifelong support, and Maya smiled, knowing that she had made a real difference, proving that talent and humanity can shine even in the darkest, most challenging circumstances. Comment below if you respect resilience and courage, and share this story to honor true heroes. And subscribe for more videos.